Hi guys, welcome to another video. Hope you're all keeping well. Now in this video I'd like to talk about one of my favourite female horror actresses. She made a lot of quite a few movies in the early 70s for Pete Walker, and that lady is Sheila Keith. Now she if you don't know, if you've never heard of Sheila Keith, she was a Scottish actress. She made quite a few movies in that, both horror and non-horror. And she played a real villain a couple of times in a couple of the Pete Walker movies, which I've got here. I'd just like to show you. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So the first Sheila Keith movie I'd like to show you is real chiller. This one from the mid 70s, and that is Frightmare. God, is this a horror movie? Yeah. Sheila Keith, she plays like a lady, like she come out of a mental asylum and that, and she reads like sort of like, she's a kind of a clairvoyance, and she reads people's like tea leaves and that, and the cards and that. And but on the other hand, she's got like she at first she conveys the impression that she's interested in that and she wants to give information, but the mask soon slips and she becomes this real dark figure, and she's actually a cannibal, and she disposes of her victims like in various grisly means and that, I mean, you've got the power drill there, yeah. But I don't want to go on too much about the movie in case you haven't seen it, but suffice to say, this is one of the best Sheila Keith movies I've ever seen, and that, directed by Pete Walker from 1974. Yeah, it's got some great special features there, guys. If you want to freeze your cameras and just take those in, there's Sheila Keith there. Oh yeah, she's real creepy in this and that, she's real villain and that, yeah. And Rupert Davis is in it as well. He's a very fine actor in that, he was in Dracula Has Risen from the Grave. He played the Monsieur and that, and he's been in many other roles and that, yeah. But this is a fantastic movie, this shot, starring Sheila Keith and that, I said she's really creepy in that, yeah. If you haven't seen the movie Frightmare, I'll just give you an idea of it. I'll just read you at the back of it here. Yeah, so throughout his career, director Pete Walker was no stranger to controversy, but his 1974 film Frightmare sparked a firestorm of criticism from the protectors of public morals. Sheila Keith stars as a former patient of a mental institution who has settled down in a remote farmhouse where she tells fortunes in her spare time. But the kind maternal exterior conceals a dreadful monster, which the asylum, it seems, was unable to cure. So yeah, guys, if you haven't seen Frightmare from 1974, I highly recommend that you get yourself a copy. It's a real good British horror movie. It's an absolute classic and that, and when Sheila Keith plays a villain, she plays a villain. She's really creepy in that, and she's really serious in that, she puts everything into her performances and that, yeah. This is a fantastic release from Redemption, yeah. So that's the first Sheila Keith movie I'd like to show you, and that is Frightmare. The next Sheila Keith movie I'd like to show you is another one directed by Pete Walker, and that is The House of Mortal Sin. There she is there with her eye patch on. Yeah, another great movie by Pete Walker starring Sheila Keith and that, it's got just a couple of extras there, guys. If you want to freeze your camera, just have a deco with them. Yeah, this is a great movie again starring Sheila Keith and that, and this is from I think it's from 1976. Yeah, The House of Mortal Sin. If you haven't seen The House of Mortal Sin, I'll just read you the back of this Blu-ray just to give you an idea. And by the way, the picture quality on this, and indeed all the other Blu-rays, is absolutely pristine. Yeah. So Jenny, played by Susan Penhaligon, if you remember her from A Bouquet of Barbed Wire, visits the local Catholic church to have her confession heard by the immoral Father Meldrum, played by Anthony Sharp, who was perversely interested in her sex life. Rushing to escape his prying, she drops her apartment keys, which Meldrum uses to invade her house and blackmail her by threatening to publish her recorded confession. Father Meldrum is looked after by his sinister housekeeper, Miss Brabazon, played by Sheila Keith. When Jenny's boyfriend Terry confronts Meldrum, he is attacked with incense in the churchyard. Father Meldrum standing in the community means that no one will suspect or accuse a man of the cloth. But in the meantime, more people begin to die in mysterious ways. So yeah, guys, excuse me, I highly recommend that one. Another great Sheila Keith movie, and that is The House of Mortal Sin. Next Sheila Keith movie I'd like to show you is this stars all the horror icons. I've actually talked about this movie before in a previous video, but I'll just show you it anyway, and that is The House of the Long Shadows. As you can see, it stars all the male horror legends. Yeah, Christopher Lee, Vincent Price, Peter Cushing. Yeah, John Carradine. Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. And yeah, I'd say Sheila Keith's very good in this as well, and that, you know, yeah, she hasn't got so much of a prominent part in this one, yeah, but you know, from what you see, from what, you know, from little time she's on the screen, she's really good in that, you know, yeah. So yeah, it's got some special features on there, guys, if you want to freeze, just a couple. Yeah, I don't want to say too much about this movie because it's not the sort of movie you can just like talk about without giving away the story yet. But suffice to say, it's another great Sheila Keith movie, and that is The House of the Long Shadows from, I think this 1983. Next Sheila Keith, oh, this is another one of her best movies, and that is The House of Whipcord. And boy, is she really on the money in this and that, you know, she's really, oh, she's really great in this and that, you know. She plays the governor of this secluded, it's like a prison, and that, and what happens is, it's sort of like what they do, they take in all these people who committed crimes and that, you know, and they punish them, they deal out their punishments according to what how they think fit and that, you know, yeah. Really brutal movie in that, you know, yeah. It's a fantastic movie, yeah, The House of Whipcord. Yeah, made in 1974. Got a couple of special features there, guys, if you want to freeze your cameras. Yeah, there's Sheila Keith there with her eye patch on and that. Yeah, oh, she's really merciless in this and on that, you know, she's really ruthless and that, you know, yeah. Real villain and that, you know, but of course, Sheila Keith's very good at playing villains and that, you know, yeah. Yeah. So, in The House of Whipcord, fashion model Anne-Marie, played by Penny Irving, who you remember from Are You Being Saved, the secretary, the glamorous secretary, is lured into a private reform school where she's punished for her sexually liberated behaviour by a zealous warden, played by Barbara Markham. The warden and her doddering husband established this house of horrors to stifle a sexual revolution, imprisoning and killing those who offended their moral propriety. Only Anne-Marie's liberated roommate, Anne Michelle, can help her escape. Yeah, it's a politically provocative women in prison movie. It was made in reaction to the rise of the nationwide Festival of Lights. Yeah. As I say, yeah, fantastic Sheila Keith movie. One of my favourites, yeah. She's really on the money in this, yeah. Seen this many times. I'll always enjoy it. And once again, the picture quality on this Blu-ray is absolutely pristine. So that is The House of Whipcord. Final Sheila Keith movie, again, another Pete Walker movie, and that is The Comeback, starring Jack Jones, the popular American singer, and Pamela Stevenson. Yeah, another great Sheila Keith performance and that, you know, yeah. And again, you've got some special features there, guys, if you want to have a look at them. I'll just briefly read you the back of this Blu-ray just to give you an idea of the story, yeah. Now, pop star Jack Jones, he's best remembered for the theme from The Love Boat, plays a singer who was haunted by the death of his estranged wife and led into confrontation with the killer. In The Comeback, a sleek and entertaining slasher film from director Pete Walker, it is a bloody illustration of the costs of fame. Yeah, highly recommend this Pete Walker movie, guys, yeah. And Sheila Keith, again, is awesome in a role in that, you know, yeah. Oh, she knows how to play a villain, she really does, yeah. And this is from 1978, screenplay by Murray Smith, yeah. Oh, yeah, it's a fantastic movie, yeah. Yeah, The Comeback, yeah. So that is, so they're all my Sheila Keith movies I've got, you know, in my collection and that, you know. I first heard of Sheila Keith, I bought a horror magazine way back in 1976. I remember it vividly, actually, called The World of Horror. And on that, I think it was the April issue, and on that particular issue, they had a big photograph of this elderly woman, like her face was semi-mutilated, and it said, "She is Sheila Keith at Distaff Karloff." That means it's she female Karloff. And I thought, well, oh, that sounds good and that, you know, I'll have to look more into this. And of course, when I read about it, I thought I'll have to sample her films and that. And boy, I wasn't disappointed when I sampled her movies, because these are all classics, these guys, what she's made and that, you know. Yeah, oh, she's a fantastic actress, Sheila Keith. Yeah. She's really good. She could play like a really creepy housekeeper. She could play a creepy prison warden. You know, a demented sister. Anything really in that. You know, yeah. And of course, she made a couple of other non-horror roles as well in that. You know, but she's sadly no longer with us in that. You know, but I wish she was in that. You know, because I think she'd still be in demand in that. You know. Yeah, because she was a fantastic actress, Sheila Keith, and that, you know, yeah. Oh, yeah. And she certainly was at Distaff Karloff. Yeah. Okay, guys, do you like Sheila Keith? What are your favourite movies she's been in? Leave your comments down below. Yeah, please feel free to share. Yeah, subscribe. Yeah, as I say, comments and that. You know, oh, absolutely love Sheila Keith though. Yeah, yeah, she's a fantastic actress, and these are all iconic movies and that what she's been in that, and I just love those covers as well. You know, they really are. They're fantastic. Yeah. Okay, guys. Yeah. So I hope you enjoyed me video about Sheila Keith. Yeah. And yeah, all going well. I'll see you all in the next video. Now, stay safe, guys.